This is a couple of poems from the book Devotions and by Mary Oliver. And this chapter is from the book Long Life, 2004. The first poem is called Just as the Calendar Began to Say Summer. I went out of the schoolhouse fast, and through the gardens into the woods, and spent all summer forgetting what I'd been taught. 2 times 2, and diligence, and so forth. How to be modest and useful, and how to succeed, and so forth. Machines and oil and plastic and money, and so forth. By fall I had healed somewhat, but was summoned back to the chalky rooms and the desks, to sit and remember the way the river kept rolling its pebbles, the way the wild wrens sang, though they hadn't a penny in the bank, the way the flowers were dressed in nothing but light. This poem is called Can You Imagine? For example, what the trees do, not only in lightning storms or the watery dark of a summer night, or under the white nets of winter, but now, and now, and now, whenever we're not looking. Surely you can't imagine they just stand there looking the way they look when we're looking. Surely you can't imagine they don't dance from the root up, wishing to travel a little, not cramped so much as wanting a better view or more sun, or just as avidly more shade. Surely you can't imagine they just stand there loving every minute of it. The birds or the emptiness, the dark rings of the years slowly and without a sound, thickening, and nothing different unless the wind, and then only in its own mood, comes to visit. Surely you can imagine patience and happiness like that. This one's called Softest of Mornings. Softest of mornings. Hello. And what will you do today, I wonder, to my heart? And how much honey can the heart stand, I wonder, before it must break? This is trivial, or nothing. A snail climbing a trellis of leaves, and the blue trumpets of its flowers. No doubt clocks are ticking loudly all over the world. I don't hear them. The snail's pale horns extend and wave this way and that as her finger body shuffles forward, leaving behind the silvery path of her slime. Oh, softest of mornings, how shall I break this? How shall I move away from the snail and the flowers? How shall I go on with my introspective and ambitious life? Last one is called Carrying the Snake to the Garden. In the cellar was the smallest snake I have ever seen. It coiled itself in a corner and watched me with eyes like 2 little stars set into coal, and a tail that quivered. One step of my foot, and it fled like a running shoelace, but a scoop of the wrist, and I had it in my hand. I was sorry for the fear, so I hurried upstairs and out of the kitchen door to the warm grass and the sunlight and the garden. It turned and turned in my hand, but when I put it down, it didn't move. I thought it was going to flow up my leg and into my pocket. I thought for a moment, as it lifted its face, it was going to sing. And then it was gone. Oh yeah. listening to the end. God, it's great to be alive. Takes the skin right off my eyes. To think we've gotta give it all up some